Okay, rumours, signings from other clubs, bit of gossip. Got Pete here with me to have a little chat about what's going on around the league. Okay, starting as always, alphabetical order with Basingstoke. Since our last programme, Stuart Mogg, 18-year-old forward, Connor Standing, an 18-year-old goalie, Kurt Reynolds, a 156-year-old defender, Cameron Wynne, Andrew Melitrino, they're all back. And coming in, Elliot Dewey, a 16-year-old from the Jets, and Nicky Chin has come back to Basingstoke as captain from after a year with Milton Keynes. One rumour for Basingstoke, Carl Graham to re-sign or come back up here to Manchester. We shall see. On to Bracknell. Now, last programme we said that Bracknell were going to announce their whole squad at a public event. They did. So I'm just going to run quickly through what they've got, and then Pete and I will have a wee talk about Bracknell and what we think. Tom Annette's in as goalie, Lucas Smittle forward. Defenders, Sam Oakford, Lewis Turner, Pavel Stracek, Jan Bendik. Tony Redmond in from Bison. And the forwards, Sean Thompson, Ollie Broniman, Scott Spearing, boo, James Galazzi, Matt Ford, Rob Lamy, Grant Rounding, and a good one, Kamil Tverdek from Milton Keynes. One other forward, big Chris Wiggins, he's left Lightning as well, and he has gone over to Bracknell. Quite a lot of two-way players come up from the Hornets. I won't mention them, but 2, 4, 6, 8 of them have all come up and will be on a two-way all season, which will help pad the bench out. Not returning, Andy Monroe, defender, Ben Johnson, defender, and Martin Massa. On the rumours, Andy Monroe to Phoenix. Well, it's on the forums, but not heard much up here. And Martin Massa to Bison or to retire. Pete, looking at the Bracknell squad, goals, where are they going to come from? Sean Thompson and Kamil Tverdek, but I can't see anything else there.
It's a physical lineup, isn't it? Goals, yeah, I think you pretty much nailed it on the head there. Ollie Broniman, if he recaptures the form he had a couple of seasons ago with the Bison, could potentially pot a few goals for him. But I think it's going to be a case of they're going to try and prevent the goals. I think obviously they've got 2 top-class goalies with Annetts and Metum, so they've got a strong kind of 1-2 punch in net. So I think I'm probably going to say they're going to be a very kind of defensive team and maybe trying to mould themselves a bit like the Sheffield Steel Dogs in the physicality, the way they play. Yeah,
well, they've got Scott Spearing, James Galazzi and Chris Wiggins. I think we know which way the coach is going with that team, really. But Jan Bendik, he's good on the blue line. He's got a rocket shot. Well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens with him.
Yeah, so only about the chemistry.
Okay, on to Guildford. Milos Milicerek has been added to the forward line, and an old friend of ours from our championship winning season, Marcus Christopherson, has signed.
I've got to admit, I did not see that one coming at all. That's completely out of the blue, that one.
Yeah, well, that first line, Curtis Hoppy, David Longstaff and Marcus Christopherson, you know, all picking up the pensions.
Yeah, they're knocking on a bit, but again, if you have a look at the makeup of that first line, it's got a very familiar kind of feel to it from a certain championship winning team from a couple of seasons ago. So I think that's what they're going for, and then obviously trying to maybe improve that second line, like I said, with Tom Duggan signing for him. So yeah, it's going to be difficult, but again, with the league's a lot stronger than it was when Marcus was with us, and that they're a couple of years older. Will that chemistry still be there, and will he be as effective? So it's potential to be a very good line, but again, it all depends on the chemistry.
Yeah, we can't build them up too much anyway, can we?
Absolutely not, no.
And 2 rumours, Andrew Sharp to come back and Scott Greenfield not to come back. On to us. Well, since the last programme, obviously saw us, we've got Robert Schnabel and Andy McKinney added to the ranks. And basically a rumour that Andy Monroe coming from Bracknell. I haven't heard anything, it just appeared on the Iceman website, and that's about all I've heard, really.
Yeah, well, he's kind of moving sort of north, so therefore it's got to be us. I think that's the basis of that rumour. So, as you keep saying, if it's not mentioned on here, it's not true.
We just mentioned it.
Oh, it's potentially true. How's that? That'll get tongues wagging a little bit.
Right, over to Milton Keynes Blaze, I think we're going to call them this year, aren't they? They're playing out of Coventry for the whole season.
Yep.
Only one movement there for them in the last couple of weeks. Ross Bowers has re-signed on the forward line. Not a lot to say. Obviously, Nicky Chin, Chris Wiggins and Camel Tverdik have gone. But Nick's got a lot more to announce yet on that one. Peterborough Phantoms, Kamikaze Peterborough. I love watching them though. I love their hockey. You know, it's like watching 10-year-olds, you know, all down one end of the ice and all up the other end of the ice. It's great. I love them to bits. Damien King, he's re-signed netminder. And also, Tom Murdy's gone from Swindon. Obviously didn't want to be back up to Stevie Lyle down there. Yep. So he's moved over. That gives him 2 good goalies and of course Dan Lane as a young option. Not returning, Tom Norton. Now he signed for them a month ago. Then he's changed his mind and he's gone to Nottingham Panthers. Maris Zadines, he's retired. Jamie Lyons retired. And we think Andre Lauko has retired, but he's definitely gone back home. He's not icing an EPL this year. Loads and loads of rumours with Peterborough. There always is. You know, they seem to hijack the rumour threads on the forums. Carl Graham from Bison, Luke Brittle from Telford, Ben Johnson from the Elite, Bobby Chamberlain from Hull, Michael Pinch, Julius Sinkov, and Thomas Karpov. That's what we've got for the rumours for Peterborough. You know, you're going to have a 56-man squad if they all come to fruition. Again, it's early days yet. Things start happening next month, really.
Well, if that's the case, 56 men on the bench, they're going to be pretty sorted if the injury bug hits. You know, maybe it's good planning. You never know. Right,
with all that, I'm only going to look at one new team this week even. Sheffield Steel Dogs. They've got signed so far returning people. Andre is back as coach and forward. Defenders, Lee Haywood, Ben Morgan and Stevie Duncombe. Netminder, the import minder they had last year, Dalibor Sedler, he's back. Andy Hurst, Greg Wood, Lloyd Gibson, Lubomir Korhorn and Edgar Bebris are the forwards. Nothing new from Sheffield yet. He's putting his cards closer to his chest at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much what you kind of expect. And I don't think no matter who he signs, you've got a rough idea how they're going to play. So
the defence looks pretty much similar, you know, Ben Morgan, Stevie Duncombe. Not returning, Bradley Day has been released. Sean Wilde has gone to the ENIHL in Victor. And Stuart Brittle, he's been released. And the rumours, Craig Elliott, Ashley Calvert to re-sign. I would expect that to happen. Yanis Osland's in talks, but that seems to have gone a bit cold on that one. And Danny Wood, he's in talks with the Steel Dogs. But either way, as you say, they're going to be an in-your-face, tough, hard-to-beat hockey team.
Yeah, it's the same. No matter different players maybe, but same kind of style. You know what you're going to get with Sheffield. I said maybe if Oslands does come back, they're going to get a bit more skill up front, which I think is something they kind of lacked maybe a little bit last year.
Well, I think the league's looking good again this year so far. I mean, good player Miroslav Vantroba going from Slovakia going to Bison, you know, and Marcus Kristofferson coming back. Yep. You know, it looks like it's another tough league this year.
Yeah, again, I think maybe the favourites from what's down there, most people would say Guildford. But I don't know, I think the squad we're assembling looks pretty good. There's one or two other squads. Swindon potentially have a good chance of doing really well. And then again, it all depends, as I said, chemistry with one or two other clubs could cause an upset. So it could be a tough one this year.
Right, yeah, and of course we might have a couple more later on to talk about.
Maybe.
Right, that's it for this show. More in a couple of weeks.